Hey, what's up everybody, Spabrog here, and today I'm here to give you the H-Hour Weekly Community Update number 32. And this week, it's been about a week of Steam Workshop, and things couldn't be better. So, we're super happy in the community. I know a lot of people who played the game months ago have come back, and they're like, wow, this game actually did change. I'm like, yeah, it did change. It's been changing, and it's probably, you know, the last time you played was probably like a year ago. When did Early Access come out? Like May 15th or something, 2015. So that's almost a year. We're almost reaching that the annual year point, right? So again, the game's nowhere near done. In my head, it's 60% finished. But with that said, a lot of the players who did play Early Access, not all of them obviously, everybody has their gripes, some a little bit harder than others, but not, you know, everybody isn't the same in terms of mindset. A lot of people want the same exact SOCOM, you know, feeling, and it's hard to replicate that with nostalgia goggles. And what nostalgia goggles is when you think about the old days, and you know, there's something working towards something that's similar to what you played before, you kind of nitpick at every little single thing to recreate that same exact feeling, and that's it's in my head, it's impossible. There's no way that H-Hour will be exactly like SOCOM. It will never have that much impact, but it will give you something else that's almost as good, and I definitely love it. With that said too, that means H-Hour is a good game. For what it is now and what it could be is what I'm really excited for. Okay, so SOCOM is amazing. Obviously it changed most of our lives. I know it changed my life. H-Hour is definitely something that I could be like, this is SOCOM, and it definitely feels like that. So we're gonna get into that first. Let's talk about the quick look, because there's some nice stuff in here. So again, Tom shouted out the Discord voice server, so I'm gonna put that in the description below. I made a video actually, I don't know why I put it unlisted earlier, but I'm gonna make it public, and people could actually just join in. Like, I have a video set up on how to set up push to talk, how to send out invites, I think, and yeah, if you want, in the video for the Discord server, just down below it in that description, you're gonna see an invite link, and all you have to do is click that, and then you're golden. Continuing on though, you know, if you just got H-Hour and you downloaded all those maps, you're gonna notice that the load time is a little bit longer, and it just seems that the more maps you download, the longer the UE4 thing loads. So don't get discouraged by that. I guess you can't really do anything about that. There's a lot of new players. I'm pretty excited to tell you about a lot of the, you know, the numbers in a second. We'll get into player count in a bit, but also he wants you guys to vote on the maps that you like, because they're making a way to get the servers right, like in the sense that there's so many maps but we don't know the right rotation. So like, we vote for the maps that we like the best, and right now the top 4 is Ruins by Hype. Shoutouts to Hype. Selfless One making Sub Rosa. RM Ranger making Killing Fields. RM Ranger again making Citadel. Vice President making Desert Raid Extraction, aka Desert Glory. Baba Duke for Fishhook. Poison Cobra for Fallen. And Harry for Black Vein. So Ruins, Sub Rosa aka Anantara or Antenara, whatever. Killing Field, Citadel, Desert Glory, Fishhook, Fallen, and Black Vein, which is a map that is inspired by Rat's Nest, which is one of my favorite maps. There's something about tunnels that makes me play better. I do not know. I dropped the nastiest 5v1 the other day on my stream for the win. Oh, I'm not even okay. Let me not pat myself on the back. But I went 22-6, so won it for the team. Happy to see that. Fun times, man. I love this game. But yeah, those are things. So if you like certain maps, just give them a thumbs up, and then we might get them in the 4-star rotation. So right now I think it's like 4-star, 3-star, new maps, and then like a 2-star. But I don't know how it's gonna work out for those maps. On the server side, we got some new people. Shoutouts to T-Con. She is now a moderator for the forum, so let's let's give her a round of applause. She's a really cool lady, you know, really cool girl. She does her thing. She's really for the community, so I'm happy to see that. I don't know why she wasn't a mod earlier. I swear she was. The way she'd be talking on the forums, a little helpful and stuff. But yeah, so let's shout out the dev testing groups, right? For like Alpha Male Lynch and Rosie Rascal doing everything that, you know, has to do with the servers and setting up like workshop maps, all that stuff. And yeah, remember, just give your feedback if there's something wrong with the maps, because I know, ooh, there's some things wrong with the maps when it comes to sometimes the map itself and maybe the way we set up the map. So some of these maps like Fallen, it's God, I'm stuttering over here. It's elimination, and I know we don't have demo yet or breach or whatever, but I wish we could make the time shorter. It might be 4 minutes for Fallen now, I think. I know they changed a lot of the maps to 4 minutes, but there's some of these elimination maps that they're like 6 minutes long, and then, you know, it's not that people want to camp, it's just like if one team gets demolished at the beginning of the round, it's a 3v1. That person's the last guy alive is gonna camp, because why would you just run out there like an idiot, right? So that's not fun. I played a Fallen that went to 15 rounds. I was about to shoot myself, but and that map's pretty big, and apparently he's adding more stuff. So, oh boy. But I think that's a breach map if I remember correctly. I remember somebody telling me that in game, in confrontation. So hopefully we get the breach soon. But it's all good. We're getting there. We're getting there. So what's ahead? So what's the future of H Hours, since, you know, we don't really have funding right now, and I know Tom's working on it. So we got some cool stuff. So we'll just go down the list again. The map creator side of the workshop will be publicly released later today. Today is Monday for me, so right by the time you watch this video, it will be out. It says links to the workshop map creation tools, including the guide and video tutorials, will be added to our workshop pages on our forums and Steam. Big thanks to Alpha Male, Rosie, and Selfless One for all the time they put into the guide and tutorials, so shout outs to them. Always working hard. The team has been working up in the private workshop forums over the weekend, and once the cleanup is complete, those forums will be made public. So there's a private workshop forum. Okay, that's good. This will allow new map creators to benefit from some great discussions that were shared during the, you know, beta of the workshop. So that's good. So anybody who's interested in making maps and getting into the Steam workshop, there's a lot of nice info, a couple of discussions in there that people probably already talked about, so you don't have to really ask questions because they're already there. But again, feel free to ask questions, because that's always helpful. You know, it's always helpful. Next, we are setting up a community-led workshop monitor team from volunteers within our existing beta. So I'm assuming it's like RM Ranger, Selfless, Eagle, or something. Give feedback to authors and let the server operators know when a map is ready to be highlighted on a server, so everyone's interest that the workshop contain quality, and the addition of its support will help us do that. So, you know, that's pretty much what I just said is pretty clear. Next, the workshop map subscriber app was created, now available for download. Basically, its purpose is mainly for those who want to easily clean up their map subscriptions, or those who having update issues with their subscribed content. It displays a list of your items and allows for singular unsubscribes or the ability to force update everything using the resub option. So it's just a cleaner way to update or remove stuff. Bug report, again, always bug reports 50% complete, so and then they need more. Within this stage of workshop apps complete, Jason, who is a programmer for SOF, this is cool stuff coming up right here, has agreed to begin reviewing our source code to see where he can provide some fixes for the game. Rosie will be working on getting him set up and familiar with the use of our source controls tools this week. So that's cool. So this is the guy, Jason. You know, he's our messiah right now. He's gonna help us fix some of the game, even though it's in a halted development. So that's cool to see that you know, he's actually fixing some things, maybe some bugs. Hopefully he could fix things like animations. That'll be great. Or maybe, but I hope that's wishful thinking. I'm gonna just keep my mind very neutral and say maybe you could take away some bugs. Maybe that one where, like, if you have a gun out, right? Like you start the game out with an M16, then you die, then you spectate somebody while you die, and then like say they had a AK-74, then you respawn and you have an M16 out, but it says you have an AK-74. So I hope that'll change, because that's it's not really polished for people who watch my stream and stuff, or like who watch videos. Like you'll probably notice it below. And if you guys have noticed, I'm playing in all high settings. So all highest settings are on. You probably noticed that I'm not shooting properly because it's hard to play on higher settings. So I always tell people just play on lower settings until the game is optimized. If you have for H-hour, I put everything on low except highest, like post processing. Put that on highest. I actually changed my resolution to 720p in full screen mode, and I get 60 frames on every map, and I always do good, as anybody could tell you who has been watching my stream or been playing with me in game. They've noticed that I've gotten better exponentially, and it's because of frame rate. You cannot play to your maximum ability if you're not at the maximum frame rate. So frame rate over quality right now until the game is done. Next off, Tom had a great conversation with a group of industry leaders on Friday discussing opportunities to get H-hour to a fully released title. Even though the call was more of a discovery call, it quickly turned into a call to action. I'll continue to work with this group to see if we can make something happen. Nothing moves fast with these types of talks, but at least we're having them. I agree. You know, I'm keeping my expectations very low. You know, I hope great things come out of this, but again, you can't. You know, these things happen all the time. Funding is not something that happens right away, so I don't want to get too excited. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do what I can for the community, which is like post content. You know, keep the vibes up. Tell people the game's actually fun. But yeah, we've been doing some things like hashtagging Game Trust on SOF, and if you go to hashtag Game Trust, which is something that GameStop is doing to help indie developers get their game finished with I guess funding and marketing. So not every indie game out there, you know, indie games are pretty fucking amazing, they're pretty creative, and they're definitely something that the AAA market does not have. So getting those, you know, indie games in general are already great, because it'll give something new for the industry to look at on a mass scale. So hopefully H-hour is one of those things that we do you know, get to. But yeah, so I'm happy to see that we're actually moving towards that. So if you look at that Game Trust hashtag, right, you just see H-hour everywhere. We're like the only community that's reaching out to them. So we're gonna probably do a push in the future towards that, just to try it. You know, we're not quitters over here. I know people say the numbers are low, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't agree with that. You know, they're definitely not. We're never gonna get, especially on PC, we're never gonna get numbers like Counter-Strike, or SOCOM on a PC game that's in early access. It's impossible. You know, personally in the community, we know the game is fun for what it is now. It's just fun. That's it. We know it's not the best game ever, right? Because it's not done. And I can't judge something that is not done. That's like, again, I said this analogy before. It's like putting a cake in the oven and taking it out 60% out of the time it's supposed to be, you know, cooked, and be like, this cake is disgusting. You can't do that, you know? And there's a lot of little fine tuning we have to do with guns, animations, UI, options, like a lot of little things, controller support. There's so many little things that add up, and that's why people stray away from the game. But now with Steam Workshop, it's tolerable. It'd be like, hey, I could actually see the core gameplay of this thing. So if you really want to play this game, it's worth it now. It's $5 on Steam until April 28th. So you got about a day by the time you watch this video to actually make your mind. $5. That is a steal. Okay. So but if not, if you don't get it, you know, I got some nice things coming. Just don't you worry. You know, Spabrog always got the plan out here. You dig? But yeah, again, yeah. Let's touch upon that a little bit more though. Like, what are some things that you think why the game isn't doing, like, it's not doing well for you? I know for me, I don't think the game's doing bad at all. You know, again, people always bring up numbers, but I'm gonna talk about the numbers that we have recently, and it's pretty enlightening stuff that makes me happy personally. You know, I'm doing like a step-by-step thing, but yeah. So the game, there's a lot of little things that make it look clunky, and like, you know, it's not finished. Like the jump isn't that great. There's no dive to prone, which is a SOCOM classic. And somebody really said, what core aspects? They say that H-Hour doesn't have core aspects of SOCOM. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And they didn't say anything, but I had to give my own opinion. Like, the movement is pretty much there, like the same speed, the gunfights you get in, your strafing battles. When you're in a 1v1, the way you approach things are a little bit different than what you would do in an FPS, right? Again, we have the ability to like peek around corners, you know, just from hiding behind a wall, which is something that, if you guys don't notice about SOCOM fans in general, that you guys are built a little bit different. And if you guys play FPSs, or if you play like Call of Duty and you play Search and Destroy, your approach to Search and Destroy is way different, because you have that SOCOM mentality, and that's something you should be really proud of. Because for me, when I'm in that 1v1 situation, I definitely analyze every little thing, and it carries on to the rest of my life in a weird way, where I'm super analytical about things. Not to the point where like I analyze every little thing, but if something, like if there's a problem, I always like think about it to the T. Like for instance, if I'm rushing, right? If I'm rushing as a SEAL on a certain map, like on Ruins, my visualization of everything that is going on in the map is so extreme. Like I take into consideration every little thing. I think about seconds. I think about angles. How many, like, if I like the risk reward of me running here. So the navigation is there in H-Hour, like how you navigate around the map. You don't run willy-nilly, you know what I mean? And with that said, the old maps that we played for not for SOCOM, yeah, for SOCOM. Ooh, sorry, I'm thinking like a mile a minute right here. And yeah, the SOCOM maps, they're a little bit more simple compared to the SOF studio maps that they made, like Factory, Sismus, Wolf Run, and Temple. I feel like there's too many no man's land in those SOF maps, but in the SOCOM maps, there's a lot of, like, there's ways where you could inch yourself forward. There's a lot more mobility, and it's something that I've noticed in the game that makes the H-Hour a lot more fun than what I thought it was. It's just like, the maps we're making really, like, the maps are beautiful for the SOF, and they're always like subject to be fine-tuned. But it's, I don't know, man. The SOCOM feels there. Like it's so weird. Like the other day, I freaking streamed for 6 hours. I think I said this last week, but I played like an extra 20 hours this week. So, you know, I'm all in on the crack. So I freaking didn't eat for like 6 hours. I'm just drinking water over here like a slave, just trying to get 15 kills, like the old SOCOM days where I'm just like, I just wanna be MVP, man. That's like every time I stream that you notice, like you could see me getting mad and stuff when I die off some bullshit. Like you'll get in a gunfight, you'll let a guy up 2 times, like you hit him with 2 bullets, and he just hits you with a fucking random headshot. That's SOCOM. That's SOCOM for you, right? That always happens, and people are like, "Oh, the guns are messed up." I'm like, nah, that's always happened. You're just salty you died. You know what I mean? And yeah, definitely the SOCOM core aspect is definitely there. Like your mindset, the way you move around, the gunfights, the way you communicate with your teammates on Discord, because the in-game mics are kind of ass, you know. But you know, I love it. It's definitely great. The community is something that makes me want to stay. You know, if it wasn't for the guys, why? You know, if I didn't care about these motherfuckers, why would I be here making videos? 32 win. You know what I mean? Plus more time. These videos don't take. You know, these videos definitely take at least 3 hours of my time. At least. That's like for the short ones, editing, doing all that stuff. So I'm here for the community. I don't care about money. I don't care about people thumbing down videos. I don't care about any about that, you know. I care about information and what people need to know. And if people haven't been in the community very long, like, or playing recently, then they really can't have like a strong opinion. Like, they could have an opinion, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, if you don't like the game, you don't have to play it. But like, if people can't really be like they know what they're talking about if they haven't really been in the community as of late, you know, in the community meaning playing, talking to the players, discussions about the game, what we can do to improve the game, what's wrong with it, you know what I mean? It's not all sunshine and rainbows out here, you know. We got some things I'll be nitpicking like a motherfucker, right? Like shooting at long range could be very buggy at times. Sometimes my shots on point, sometimes it's inconsistent, and you know, inconsistencies are something that in shooters is woof, that'll drive you off a wall. But yeah, player numbers. Okay, so let's talk about these player numbers real quick, right? I think the player numbers are a lot better, and I have some stats over here to make, you know, to talk about it, right? All right, what time is it right now? So it is 12:39 Eastern Standard Time, PM. Okay, so before, let's talk about before. In March, right? The average player base was 9.6, right? So that's like in all day, that's like per day average. That's not the greatest, you know, obviously 9, but now it's since April has started up to now 14.2% players. So every hour you will see at least 14 people on. So that means not every hour, all right, but like definitely that's the average, right? 14.2. So that's almost a full lobby. Okay, so when H-Hour was first released, the peak players was 170. I don't have a chart that says how many people actually logged on, but yeah, I'll put the Steam chart below, so you know, I never lie on my videos, so just want to show you. But in May 2015, 170 people peaked. In August, when we had the free weekend, 281 people peaked, right? But again, that doesn't take into consideration player retention. So people just logged on, tried it out, logged off. I think the player retention back then was really bad. It was like 3 minutes. But fast forward into now, right? You'll see that peak players is a little bit different, which is good. So let's go down the list. May 2015, 170. June 2015, 75. July, 67. August, 281. September, 39. October, 52. November, 32. December 36, January 38, February 37, March 36, and then now April peak players 55, and we reached our peak players yesterday. Before it was 53, and that's when the Steam Workshop was just released. So what this tells me is that peak players to 55 yesterday means that it's not a gimmick, the Steam Workshop, and that people are actually playing, they're coming back, and it's player retention, right? Player retention is big. So that means that like Steam Workshop did a good thing. It showed people that the game's not bad at all, and that the SOCOM maps, you know, they definitely kept people around, and it shows that the game is fun. It really has that addicting feeling. The games go by fast. It's just different, man. I can't even explain it. Like, if you know me, I'm very thorough with my stuff, so if there was a way to like just make you guys feel this feeling, you guys would jump on. And I know I got a lot more, there's a lot less hate, because I get some hate on my videos. I'm not dramatic though. Hate is something, it just sounds corny. Oh my god, he's a hater, right? But to finish off the video, let's just talk about the last 48 hours, right? So Saturday, April 23 of 2016 at 1:06 p.m. we had 41 players, and if this was this like about 2 weeks ago, you would have seen about 13 players, or like one full room on a Saturday. Probably not even full, like almost full. So 55 people playing at peak means that there was 3 rooms up and another one. So we usually would have like a room up and then like a little bit of another room up, right, for the next, like before we had Steam Workshop. So that means we're double the amount of players. So that's great. Alright, but yeah, continuing on. Let's go to the next. Alright, so we were at 41. Then it dropped, right? You know, it is Saturday, so people go out at 6 p.m. to 32, which is not bad. But then at night, 11 p.m. on Saturday, 49 people. So that's good. So we're getting 40 people. So that's 3 lobbies going on. So you got options to play. Alright, so we'll go into the morning. So let's see. At 4 in the morning, right, there were 6 people playing as opposed to 0. So that's cool. So the Euro guys, you should hop on. You know there's people playing. And we'll play in the Euro servers. We don't care. We just want to play. Sunday, 9 a.m., 13 people. Then by 1 p.m., 32 people. Great. By 8 o'clock, so after, I always tell people after 6 p.m. that's when you start seeing people get on. So at around 5:06 it started at 39, then by 8:06 it turned to 52, and that retained to 7 p.m. that was 52, then to 8 p.m. there was again 55. So the player retention's there. Then it drops like what is it right now? There's 17 people on. It's not even 12. That's unheard of in like before. So you know, we're doing baby steps out here. You know, I'm trying to get people into the Discord. I'm trying to get the dudes to play more, and they have, you know, willingly. It's not like you don't force these dudes to do it. They just do it, which is amazing. And yeah, so my goal is right now, let's try to get this 60 peak by the end of the week. If not, if we don't reach it, we'll just keep going. You know, people are coming in, they're getting in the Discord, they're starting to get comfortable with the game, they're getting better. You know, we're talking to them, we're giving them tips, and yeah, people will retain. And don't you worry, H-Hour is gonna get where it's gotta be. And if it doesn't, whatever, we tried, right? As long as we try. And I'm giving this 100%. You could tell in the passion in my voice. You know, I'm not tired now, like when I'm making these videos, because I'm on vacation right now for a little bit, so I can make these videos with a little bit more enthusiasm. But I'm trying, you know, regardless, I'm out here grinding for you guys, just so you guys know. So I appreciate you all. Again, follow me on twitch.tv. If you want, I'll put my archive down below so you can see how I play. I think I played pretty shit the last time I streamed, because I came home from work and I was just like, ugh. But I think I did pretty good at the end. I think I dropped like 19 kills one game. I think that was my peak game. I was really proud, and I was playing pretty average. So fun times. Oh, I got this nasty 4-piece. Oh, I gotta get that archive. I'm mad I don't record my matches when I'm fucking playing. Fuck. But whatever. Yeah, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/spab_rog. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MrSpab. Follow SOF Studios on Twitter, sofstudios.com. Go on the forums. Go on our Reddit, reddit.com/r/H-Hour, and that is how you will get the most up-to-date news, the most updated content of H-Hour. I know I put a Fallen map, I think, yesterday of from Poison Cobra. So if you guys want to, if you're a Confrontation fan, you should check that out. But again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I love y'all. I hope you love me too, because I'm gonna be upset if you don't. But I'll catch you next week. Peace.